Hell Week, 5.5 days of continuous torture, sleep-deprived, hypothermic, and broken, a Navy SEAL candidate crawls through the sand of Coronado Beach. His body is destroyed. His mind is screaming for him to quit. Instructors are yelling at him, telling him he's not good enough, that he should ring the bell and end his misery. But he doesn't quit. What separates him from the 75% who do? It's not his muscles. It's not his intelligence. It's something far more powerful, his trigger. The single most important thing in the world to him, the mental portrait he's carved so deeply into his consciousness that quitting would mean betraying everything he holds sacred. This is your moment of truth, not Hell Week, but the moment you discover what you're truly made of. Because buried within you lies a purpose so powerful, so unbreakable, that it can carry you through any storm, any challenge, any impossible situation. Today you're going to find it. The purpose paradox, why most people never find their true why. Here's a truth that will shock you. Most people live their entire lives without ever discovering their true purpose. They mistake wants for needs, preferences for passion, and comfort for calling. They chase external validation while their internal fire slowly dies. But warriors? Warriors are different. They understand something that civilians never grasp. Purpose isn't something you find, it's something you forge. In the crucible of extreme challenge, when everything else is stripped away, what remains is your unbreakable why. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychologist, discovered this truth in the most horrific conditions imaginable. While imprisoned in Nazi concentration camps, he observed something extraordinary. Those who survived weren't necessarily the physically strongest or most intelligent. They were the ones who had found meaning in their suffering. They had discovered their unbreakable why. Frankl's Logotherapy revealed that the primary human drive isn't pleasure or power, it's purpose. He called it the will to meaning. Those who could find meaning in their darkest moments didn't just survive, they emerged stronger. This isn't soft psychology, this is survival science. And it's exactly what Navy SEALs have weaponized. Former Navy SEAL Cade Courtley, who survived the crucible of buddies training, discovered this principle under extreme conditions. He developed what he calls the trigger, the single most important thing in the world to you. Not your career, not your goals, not your comfort. The thing that makes you want to live, no matter what comes your way. For some, it's their children. For others, it's their mission. For Courtley himself during Baudius, it was seeing himself walking across that graduation stage, looking out at family and friends as he received his completion certificate. That image burned into his consciousness, made him endure when quitting seemed like the only option. The hierarchy of human motivation, from survival to transcendence. Let's destroy a dangerous myth, that all motivations are created equal. They're not. There's a hierarchy of human drive, and understanding it is the difference between mediocrity and greatness. At the bottom lies extrinsic motivation, the carrot and stick approach. This is motivation through external rewards and punishments. It works for simple tasks, but it crumbles under real pressure. When the going gets tough, external motivators become irrelevant. Research in military psychology reveals something crucial. Intrinsic motivation, the drive that comes from within, is what separates those who thrive under pressure from those who collapse. Intrinsic motivation refers to the psychological rewards individuals derive directly from their actions: meaningfulness, competence, choice, and progress. But there's a level beyond intrinsic motivation that most people never reach. Call it transcendent motivation. This is purpose so powerful that it transforms suffering into strength, obstacles into opportunities, and fear into fuel. The U.S. Army's warrior ethos embodies this transcendent motivation. I will always place the mission first. I will never accept defeat. I will never quit. I will never leave a fallen comrade. This isn't just a creed, it's a purpose hierarchy that elevates warriors above their individual concerns. Here's what's revolutionary. When you tap into transcendent motivation, you don't just overcome challenges, you're strengthened by them. Each obstacle becomes proof of your purpose. Each difficulty becomes a demonstration of your commitment. This is why Navy SEALs can perform impossible feats. They're not superhuman. They've simply learned to align their actions with their deepest purpose. When your why is bigger than your what, miracles become inevitable. The warrior's purpose formula, forging your unbreakable why. Now comes the crucial question. How do you discover your warrior's purpose? How do you forge a why so powerful that it becomes unbreakable? The answer lies in a systematic approach that I call the warrior's purpose formula. Level 1, the survival test. Ask yourself, what would make you fight to live if everything else was taken away? Not your job, not your possessions, not your status. If you were stripped of everything except your core essence, what would make survival worthwhile? This isn't a mental exercise, this is a survival drill, because life will test you. It will strip away your comfort, your certainty, your easy answers. What remains when everything else is gone? Level 2, the legacy mirror. Imagine you're at your own funeral. What would you want said about your life? More importantly, what would you want left unsaid because you failed to live up to your potential? Your legacy isn't what you accumulate, it's what you contribute. Your purpose isn't what you get, it's what you give. Warriors understand that true purpose always points outward, towards something greater than themselves. Level 3, the impossible standard. Here's where most people fail. They set achievable goals. Warriors set impossible standards. They choose purposes so large, so challenging, so important that they could dedicate their entire lives to them without ever fully completing them. Your purpose shouldn't be something you can check off a list. It should be something that calls you to become more than you currently are. It should be worthy of your life, your sacrifice, your complete commitment. Level 4, the pain tolerance test. This is the ultimate test. What are you willing to suffer for? What cause would you endure hardship, sacrifice, and struggle to serve? Your purpose isn't found in pleasure, it's forged in pain. The things you're willing to suffer for reveal what you truly value. The pain you're willing to endure demonstrates the depth of your commitment. The neurophysiology of purpose, how your brain responds to meaning. Here's where the science gets fascinating. When you operate from deep purpose, your brain literally changes. Neuroimaging studies show that purpose-driven individuals exhibit increased activity in the prefrontal cortex, the brain region responsible for executive function, decision-making, and stress regulation. But it goes deeper than that. Purpose activates what researchers call the meaning-making network in your brain. This network helps you interpret challenges not as threats, but as opportunities to express your values. It transforms stress from a destructive force into a constructive one. Research on military personnel reveals something extraordinary. Those with strong intrinsic motivation, particularly those driven by meaningfulness, show enhanced resilience, better performance under pressure, and greater psychological well-being. They don't just survive extreme conditions, they thrive in them. This is why Navy SEALs develop their trigger. It's not just a motivational tool, it's a neurological reprogramming device. By constantly returning to their core purpose, they're literally rewiring their brains for peak performance under pressure. The most powerful discovery in recent motivation research? Purpose doesn't just help you overcome obstacles, it helps you grow from them. When you have a clear why, setbacks become setups, failures become feedback, obstacles become opportunities. This is post-traumatic growth in action. While others are broken by extreme challenges, warriors with clear purpose are strengthened by them. They don't just bounce back, they bounce forward. The purpose-performance connection, why your why determines your how. Let's talk about the ultimate performance multiplier, purpose-driven action. When you operate from your deepest why, everything changes. Your energy increases, your focus sharpens, your persistence becomes unbreakable. But here's what most people miss. Purpose doesn't just affect your motivation, it affects your capability. When you're driven by something greater than yourself, you literally become more than yourself. Studies of special operations forces reveal something incredible. Those with the strongest sense of purpose don't just try harder, they perform better. They make better decisions under pressure, They recover faster from setbacks. They adapt more quickly to changing circumstances. This isn't magic, this is psychology. When your actions are aligned with your deepest values, you eliminate internal conflict. You stop fighting yourself. All your energy flows in the same direction. Consider the Army's 4 warrior ethos principles: placing mission first, never accepting defeat, never quitting, and never leaving a comrade behind. These aren't just motivational slogans. They're decision-making frameworks. They provide clarity in chaos, direction in confusion, and strength in weakness. Your purpose should do the same. It should serve as your North Star, your decision-making filter, your source of strength when everything else fails. The research is clear. Purpose-driven individuals outperform their peers in every measurable way. They're more resilient, more creative, more persistent, and more successful. They don't just achieve their goals, they exceed them. The Warrior's Call: activating your unbreakable why. Here's your moment of truth. You can continue living a comfortable, mediocre life driven by external expectations and shallow motivations. Or you can step into your warrior's purpose and become who you were meant to be. The choice is yours. But understand this: once you discover your unbreakable why, there's no going back. You'll never again be satisfied with less than your best. You'll never again accept defeat when victory is possible. You'll never again quit when persistence is required. Your purpose isn't waiting to be discovered. It's waiting to be chosen. It's waiting for you to say, "This is what I stand for. This is what I'll fight for. This is what I'll never surrender." Start today. Ask yourself the hard questions. Do the difficult work. Face the uncomfortable truths, because buried within you lies a purpose so powerful that it can transform not just your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. The warrior's path isn't easy. It's not comfortable. It's not safe, but it's the only path worthy of your potential. Your trigger is waiting. Your purpose is calling. Your unbreakable why is ready to be forged. The question isn't whether you're capable of greatness. The question is, are you willing to pay the price to discover what you're truly made of? Your purpose isn't a destination, it's a way of traveling. It's not something you achieve, it's something you become. It's not something you find, it's something you create through your choices, your actions, and your commitment. The warrior's purpose isn't just about what you do, it's about who you become in the process. It's about forging yourself into someone worthy of the challenges you choose to face. Stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for someone else to give you purpose. Your unbreakable why is waiting for you to claim it. Your warrior's purpose is waiting for you to step into it. Your greatest self is waiting for you to become it. The only question left is, what are you waiting for?